Thanks for staying with us. So we have an accomplished executive leader who has collaborated with media, government, corporate business, community leaders to deliver value to various industries, especially in the oil and gas and not-for-profit ecosystem. She's also an astute project manager and civic leader with extensive knowledge of humanitarian activities, and currently the international director of Lions International Club.
Yeah.
I'll call it club. Welcome with us, Princess Bridget Adetope Tychus. You're welcome. Tychus. What name is that? Which country?
Lagos.
Oh, Lagos.
From Lagos State.
From Lagos State. You're welcome, ma'am.
Back in the days, we had the Brazilians.
Okay, Tychus. This is my first time seeing that name. You're welcome, ma.
Okay.
So we're having a very interesting conversation before you joined us, and I would like your input on it. We're talking about women who've passed the age of 35, heading to 40, if they should, decide to have a child and then continue their career, so that they don't get to a point where they can no longer have a child because of our biology issues, and then begin to regret. And I'd like to know what you think about it. Are you a Christian, ma'am?
Very good Christian.
Okay,
In
all
fact,
right. You can start from there. Okay, go ahead, ma'am.
Okay, let me say good morning and happy independence to viewers at home.
Thank you, ma'am.
I'm so glad to be here with you and to have a say in this discussion that was already on ground before I came in. Women are wired by God to fulfill some basic and essential duties. And one of them is bringing a baby to life. Unfortunately, you will see the window where doing such is very easy and very convenient. And after that age, that window, it's not that it's impossible, but it might be difficult. Might be difficult even in terms of the health challenges that we expose such women to. So when you now decide to have a family, bringing a child into the world is that lady's or that woman's decision in terms of put all things you have on ground. Can you take care of this baby? Will your work or time or career permit? If you go through all those checklists and you think you are good, you are talking about, I must have a husband. Is that to have a baby? There must be a man, right?
Husband or not? Or there must be a husband?
There must be a man.
There must be a man, not a husband.
No, wait, ma. Wait.
There must be a boyfriend?
Wait, ma. Can we finish?
There must be a man.
So is this man...
Does not need a title.
Oh, a man must be... Of course, a man. But we want to give the man a label.
She said there's no need.
Circumstances, the curves in life.
Our mothers are speaking from wisdom.
The curves that life throws you may not give you that opportunity to label
the man,
the insemination. And if you fall into that category where you cannot label, and you look at yourself and you say, time is no longer on my side, what do I do? Do you want to abort this baby? Do you want to go ahead and have this baby? What do you do?
Let me pause you, ma'am. I never expected that you're going to be this real.
Okay.
Because I had to ask first, are you a Christian? And I said, start from there.
Yes.
So this was not the response I expected, because what we hear is a blanket. If God says you must go through this way, this is the only way, there's no other way but this way. Now, hearing a woman of your age saying that sometimes life throws you curveballs, it's just being really realistic. And I'm sure that's where the original actor came in from. That life can actually do and undo. Yeah.
Ma'am, I hear about the curveballs, but, also, I'm sorry that I have to put the Christian
go ahead.
person, I don't know also maybe what role you also play in church, but I know that women who are Christians, especially our mothers and older, would call a woman who's had a child outside wedlock as a bad woman. She's a bad example. So how is it that in one breath she's a bad example, and then the second breath, it's okay, life throws our curveballs? Why
double standard?
Why the double
standard?
standard?
Exactly.
It won't.
Okay.
Why it's black?
I'm not judging you, I'm just hearing you people in the society. So what do people say? People say in the Bible, you say the Bible say no. The society, when we are talking, when a lady comes with a baby, you particularly, I'm sorry to say, there's a certain demographic that calls them out for being bad women.
Yeah. Even in churches, you're suspended from certain activities.
Yes.
You're put at the back, you know,
no one says that's a curveball that happened.
Let me remind us about a beautiful story in the Bible.
Okay.
It was this woman at the well who met Jesus. And she was about to be stoned for adultery and all sorts. I met Jesus. And when the accusers came, Jesus was writing on the floor.
Ground, yeah.
And he was waiting for the first person to cast a stone, but nobody could. Because the question is, who out of you does not have a sin? Who out of you is free? Mine may be a child out of wedlock.
What is yours?
Gossip.
Stealing.
All sorts. All sorts. So we are not to judge, because Jesus came to spread love. You can correct in love, but you cannot judge me, because you don't know where I'm coming from. You don't know my history. You don't know my story. Unless you put yourself in my shoes, then you will know where it pinches.
And what are you even correcting an adult for? Is this person hurting another person? You know, the sin here is if you're doing something against another human being. This is a decision that you have taken for yourself based off of your circumstances.
Excuse me, ma'am.
You could be hurting another woman.
How?
Excuse me, what if I went to the spam bank? Forget hurting anybody's husband committing adultery.
I don't know the percentage of Nigerian women who are single mothers who are as a result of just going to the spam bank.
No, we've not reached that level.
No. We have not reached that level.
Let's be realistic.
But the point I'm trying to make is not every person out there went out of their way to commit adultery or to break homes, you know, and become a single mother. No woman wants to be a single mother. We must come from that perspective and understand
Life
that
happens.
the
man fell into your bed, man.
Yeah, nobody will wake up and say, "Aye,
that is my life ambition."
I like the part where she came from, the fact that we shouldn't be judgmental.
You cannot. You cannot. Because you are judging me for adultery.
Nigeria is changing.
But in this context now that we are looking at the interview, the woman who said it particularly stressed on the fact that a lot of women are so much in sync with their career. They want to build a foundation of a career foundation so much that they neglect the fact that they are supposed or supposedly to bring in children. Now, career or child raising or childbearing, rather.
No, I disagree with that point of view. As much as possible, you must try to balance the scales. Don't let any ball drop. Career, marriage, parenthood, career.
If it comes, if the marriage comes.
If it comes. Yeah. If it comes.
If it doesn't come.
No, but to be fair, there's some women who have put marriage on hold, relationships on hold, because they feel that it may interfere with their careers. They made those choices
themselves.
Intentionally.
Yes, intentionally. Yeah. And they didn't really put maybe great thought into the fact that physiologically they may have issues having children later on. And then when it happens, is now who is the man that can be here for me at this point? So
it goes to decision making. This decision making is like a decision tree. You know, this branch A, branch B, you have options. Which one suits you, or which one would you rather go for?
At this time.
So you realize that we are results of our decisions.
Yep. So
and
true.
So
some people have even sacrificed marriages already.
Yep. Absolutely.
And children. You know, some people will say, I had to leave my children to pursue this career, and I hope that they forgive me and see how far I've gone, and I did it for them.
Yes,
true.
But I would like a balance.
If you can.
If you can.
If you try, if you are intentional. I have this feeling that if you are intentional about something, sincerely speaking, you will.
But do you know that we also have women who are not interested in bearing children?
This is
it's not
for them.
their.
This is not for them. This is not
it's
for
not
them.
their.
That
it's not
discussion
in their view.
is for another day.
Exactly.
Because then you just
and those women are there. We see them.
Absolutely, and they're happy.
But then, you know, there are some women that are so sure they don't want children. And then after a while, I think maybe society gets into their head, which is, no matter how successful, you should have had children. And so all of a sudden, they are thinking, how... So that's something else I know that women struggle.
There was a conversation we had.
We have to move on to our guest now.
Okay.
She did not come here to come and join us.
And I like her.
Yes, I enjoy her too. So, but let's talk about you now.
Okay.
You are a member of the board of directors at Apex Tech Incorporated.
Yes.
And you're focused into organizational, strategic planning, and so forth and so on. And I would like to know why you decided to get into something like that. Because you look like a very soft, nurturing somebody who would rather want to just be in the kitchen, nurturing her home. So how are you able to, handle both? And why did you decide to take it like that?
I really wished this chilling, soft life.
Baby girl.
Baby girl. But I guess I believe I was created to be a solution provider. And it really doesn't, I don't really have to know you. I just want to know there's an issue, there's a problem. And before you ask me, I'm jumping into it and offering solutions. And that was what brought me here. I should not be sitting as international director or even become a Lion member if I didn't go out of my way to solve my husband's problem.
Oh, tell us about that.
He was the first one that became a Lion.
Oh.
And he was made the secretary in his club. And I'm like, this is not how I read the meaning. This is not how you do it. Oh, this is not, you have to. He now said you have to, all this, like, why don't you come, join, and help? He just said help. And I went in thinking I was helping. And before I knew it, his club members were begging him, please.
Allow her now.
Allow her.
Oh, wow.
Let her just continue in this role. And I continued, even without being a Lion. I was still just doing, pro bono. But again, the pressure was, why don't you now join a Lion member? And I took that bold step in 1982.
Okay. I'm sorry, ma.
1982.
82.
I'm better than you guys.
Let me finish that 1982. My last son was about 3 or 4 months old. And I jumped into that decision, knowing that my time would be in demand. My work, you said oil and gas, I was then in what was called Unipetrol.
Okay.
Now, Oando. I think they are NMPC. I don't even know, follow. So I have work, I have little baby family, and I have the Lions Club. That was when I
The husband, can you not add husband? That's 4 things you have, because husbands are big babies themselves.
The first one is the first baby.
Yes,
so,
the first baby, yes.
So that's when I said
balancing.
balance. That was where the balancing come in. You must be able to balance and not drop a ball.
Hey.
Must be a juggler.
42
what
years,
difficult?
I'm still standing.
So 42 years now.
In marriage.
42 years.
No,
Marriage
since she
is
joined
more
the
than,
Lion.
since I joined the Lion. I got married in 1977.
How old are you, ma?
In 3 months, I will be 70.
Wow.
Now you put me on the air to come and ask my age.
Lady Harry. I couldn't even guess it. I wouldn't have thought.
Amazing.
70.
So, but in all of this, were there no
that means
times
you
that you needed to take a drastic decision as regards family needs me, career needs me?
Yeah.
Where did you put yourself?
Absolutely. My life is very funny. I hope there are young ladies out there watching and listening and learning. I got married pretty early. That you can
tell.
My dad gave me a condition. He said, get married, I don't care when, how early, but if you are not a graduate, go to university. Then I only had OND.
Okay.
If you are not a graduate in this family, I don't know what you will become. And I know you. I know your nature. You are competitive. So I will advise you, even with marriage, you can still go to school. And so, with that understanding, baby, University of Lagos, Unipetrol, Lions Club, husband, everything. And not only did I get the first degree that my daddy begged me to get, I also had 2 master's degrees to follow.
Our people.
Okay, ma'am. I'm going to ask you how you
answer my question.
Okay.
Was there a particular day?
That's why I went into that story.
The background story.
That's why I went to the background story.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so this day I had exams. I thought I was cute, carrying and then the last baby said to me, Mommy, every day you are going to school, what were you doing? I will never forget that question.
When your mates were going to school.
How did you know?
That's how I did it.
Ouch.
Ouch. Really ouch. Really ouch.
These children.
Yes, I will never forget that question.
Hi.
What
were you doing?
Where your
Mates were going to school.
Going to school.
Now they're supposed to stay with me. You're going to school.
Why did you give
What
that
did you
to
now
me?
do? How did you respond?
It took me a second.
Of course.
And I'm like, you have to be careful.
African mother. That's where they come in.
I'm like, oh, I love your question. Did you ask your daddy? Did you ask your daddy why I couldn't go to school when my mates were going to school? What was I doing?
You were
I said, well,
married.
before you ask him, your daddy must have dreamt that one day
You would have.
you will need a parent to come to planet Earth. And that was why we changed our mind and said, Mommy, let's bring all these 3 children, and then you can continue. I said, so now all 3 are here. Now that I've fulfilled your coming, can I go to
So I do my coming.
He asked me to go, so
Amazing.
that's how I freed myself.
Amazing.
Wow.
So
Okay, go ahead.
I was going to ask, I mean, you tell the good story of balancing, but recently I was listening to this lady. She owns like 5 companies. She's doing amazing, but she's married with 4 children. And they asked her how she does it, and she says it's because she has help. She delegates. She says she has decided the way she lives her life in a way that is guilt-free is that she understands that she cannot be everything to everyone, and she's willing to delegate. Is this something that you had to use as well?
Yes, please. Because there's no way, unless you want to deceive the whole world and deceive yourself, there's no way you can balance and not draw balls without help. When I had my first child in 1978, on his naming day, I had an exam to write. And my in-laws were there, you know how they come, this is our first grandchild, and I'm whispering to my husband,
I have to go.
what do we do? Because we need a story. We need a good story to tell them, and it can't be, you are going for exam.
Why not?
They will ask you to stay.
No, to tell your in-laws.
No, your time, your generation.
Because I was going to say, why not?
Our generation.
Oh, my
Let's write
generation.
exam, I'm coming back.
My
Because they'll drive you
generation.
there.
You cannot, my generation, you cannot. They will tell you, maybe you can do the exam and all that.
Later.
So, my husband said, don't worry. How do you feed a baby? I said, this is what I gave him the little lecture about, because this he would not even think about.
He was very supportive.
He now said, you go. They are my people. Let me handle
them.
That's so nice.
That's why it works.
Amazing. Have a question for her?
Okay, so all this while that you have been trying to nurture the club and all of that, do you have a successor plan? Like somebody who can continue from where you stopped, your legacy and all?
Okay. It's a good question. And any organization, you don't want to go to atrophy, you have to think about succession plan. So for us in the Lions Club, succession plan, we start right from the
Root.
The roots. Thank you for that. From the roots. The moment you join, we begin to put, you see, there's one thing that I bow and doff my hat for in Lionism. We invest a lot in capacity building.
Amazing.
I'm not kidding you. You will go to some courses, you are like, am I in Harvard? Yeah, because we know this is an association that has been on since 1917. So if you don't have good learned, when I say learned, not like in the legal, we are the only learned people know. If you don't have them in the association, then you are looking for trouble. Because you will end up not handing over to qualified hands. So we start at the club level. That is the most basic. We start at the club level. When you become a zone, like what we call, you can describe as the local government chairpersons. We also, they have their training. When you move from zone, you go to region, your training. And we are training so that at these levels, we are getting you ready to become a district governor.
Okay.
A district governor is like in Nigeria right now, we have 6 districts because Nigeria is so huge. When I was district governor, I was governor for one Nigeria.
Oh, only you.
And I covered the north, the east.
Wow.
That's to tell you the kind of...
I mean, there's a man living in you.
Kind of, you can say that.
It's a woo and man with womb.
So,
Don't leave me.
Don't leave me.
a year, 2 years after me, they started complaining that, hey, we can't cope, hey, one country, hey. So we started bifurcating and bifurcating. Now there are 6 governors.
What one woman did.
Handled, single-handed. You're amazing, man.
So 6 governors planning and then detrained. We have a headquarters in Chicago, Illinois, and they send materials for this training because it's a global association. Okay. So you can't afford to be local in Nigeria or Ghana and go and compete with other Lion members from
Other countries.
So they give us one training
Across
the board. So by the time you move through those positions and you become a district governor, as soon as you become a district governor, listen to Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter said he was a good president of America because of the trainings he got when he was the governor of Lions Club International.
Hey, please, how do we join this Lions Club? It's doing me like it's something I will like.
I am ready to make all 4 of you Lion members.
Oh, amazing.
The only requirements, you must have a kind heart.
Oh, okay.
You must want to,
Help
you must
people.
want to help people service and not expect anything
Anything in
return.
return.
In this climb that we have.
That means not ready.
I'm ready.
I'm still a cub. I have not become a lion. I'm still a cub. Let me coblerize myself.
In fact, you are more than a lion. Hey, what you are doing here, don't underestimate it. Don't undervalue what you're doing here. Because when you share knowledge, it's one of our, what we believe in. That even sharing knowledge and transferring the destinies that you are shaping, it's a service on its own.
That's humbling.
Amazing.
Everything is not money.
Dami, can you hear?
No,
And these days, let me make your life very
Ready to
be coming. These days, we also have clubs.
She has Gen Z vibes.
I'm telling you.
Too many Gen Z grandchildren, I'm sure.
9 of them.
9.
Wow.
Okay.
So we have clubs that are, you don't need to meet in person.
Okay.
They meet on Zoom.
Okay.
Because they are busy people like you.
Okay.
But they still want to make the community better than what we have now. That was how Lions Club came into being. This insurance man, his name is Melvin Jones, in 1917, he used to gather his friends and they would socialize, juice, hamburgers, stuff like that. And anytime they were at such meeting, he would go look down the window of his office and he saw squalor. And he said to them, do you know the little pennies we spend here? If we put it together, we can do something. That was how it started.
A hat for others.
I want to ask.
We have to wrap up.
Looking at the climbs in Nigeria here and looking at participation of women, I would say that you're an exceptional woman. That people really need to tap in your grades. These are the grades that you say, God, when? God, I beg, go. Exactly. But now, participation of women, especially in politics, from your perspective, we are more of the homemakers and women tend to shy behind and like, oh, I don't want trouble. Do you think women are doing enough, or do you think we are beginning to break barriers, or we have not even started to scratch the surface?
I would say we are not doing enough.
Okay.
I won't say we have not started.
Okay.
These are 4 women that have come to join, and now we are 5.
Yes,
Back in the days, it won't happen. So we have started. but we are not, it could be better, but we are not where we are supposed to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even in Africa, this is the first time a woman will become an international director.
Oh,
It's the first time. And I told you this association was founded in 1917.
Yes.
So what happened? Are we saying the women? And forgive me, I have to ask the audience to forgive me. I kind of believe that if you put a woman in office, he will work twice as hard.
Yes,
Because she knows she's going to be criticized.
Yes, we do.
So she's going to work twice as hard as the male counterpart.
Yes.
So we have to give them that recognition. And we also have to give them that opportunity.
Yeah.
What I would say to us is that when that opportunity knocks, we must make sure we grab it.
Yeah. Amazing, amazing.
Guess what, my lady? 12 years ago was when I first indicated my intention to become an international director. But you know the woman thing. Hey, woman. In my head, I'm like, okay, maybe you've met those that can't stand their feet. This one,
You're not moving. Where are you from, ma? Because with your name, I couldn't.
Adetokpe.
You're Yoruba.
Yeah, Yoruba.
Pure one.
She's from Lagos State.
And Lagos.
No, I
State.
married a Lagosian. I'm an
Lagosian.
Ijebu princess.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I just wish we had more time. Like, you
Yes.
came in earlier so that we would
know
gist
what
with
I-
you, drill you.
She's like fire. So her smile
Yeah.
has the fire.
Yes.
I have a feeling that.
What's your birthday, ma? Let me ask
Please
you.
don't
I'm
bring
sure
that
it's what's your birthday?
That was a
January.
January.
70, January 7th.
Yeah.
January 7th.
January
7th.
7th, I will be 7th.
I'm sure there'll be a party.
Yeah.
We're gonna party.
Yeah. So I know that you
celebrating.
have, live alert. We have a live alert here, and that's the official inauguration of Local Government House and Staff Training School by Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State. They'll be taking us out, for that. We are already going. The show has ended already. So thank you so much for coming on the show, ma. God bless you. We'll be speaking with Princess Bridget Adetokpe Tychus. I got it this time. Yeah. And we enjoyed you. We hope you come from time to time, anytime you're free, to come chat with us, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Thank
we can
you.
bring more women
Yes, amazing.
out of their cocoon.
Amazing. That's all we can take on the show today. We'll see you again tomorrow. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye now.